Welcome everybody, Tractorchute is here, and Thunderclap Thursday is amongst us, and that is not a lie. If you live up in Canada right now, we are getting storms like crazy today. Alright, today we got ourselves a very good Platinum Z versus Z matchup. In the lower right hand corner, we have the red Zerg player being played by a man you may have seen before, SONTHEEVES, playing for Team KNEGIR. Team KNEGIR, SONTHEEVES playing as the red Zerg. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg being played by Podiac. I can tell you right now, both these guys are Platinum players. Podiac is a level 90, and SONTHEEVES is a level 20, if that means anything to you. Here we go with a little bit of a scout happening out of SONTHEEVES here. He runs in and out, cannot delay that hatchery there. So hatch first, he does know what is on the way. He will do the exact same. No, he will fake the proxy hatchery. Looking like he's doing the exact same over here with that guy there. Yes, he is. SONTHEEVES has dropped down into the natural as well. Both these guys doing the exact same thing right now. We will soon find out what build they like to go. We are going with a gas out of Podiac to start this off here. And SONTHEEVES, we will soon find out what he elects to do himself. He is sending the Overlord over, both of them getting their Overlords into position so they can sit above the base for a little while. Anytime you get to fly above a Zerg base, you can sit there almost all day until that queen gets out, I guess. There's the spawning pool down for SONTHEEVES. Over the other end, spawning pool has finished as well. Both of them pretty much mimicking each other here so far. Other than the fact, SONTHEEVES is going macro heavy with the third hatch already being laid down at the 4-minute and 23-second mark. Very well done there. Over here, he does have the Overlord sitting right above the ramp here. Does see that the dogs are going to make their way across that map over and soon find out what they're going to do. Maybe a little bit of harassment, or they might actually go and look for a third. We'll soon find out here. They're going to make their way down there. Around that dog track they go here. They make their way up the big ramp there into the natural there. And they're going to do as much harassment as they can do. Get one drone kill there. Very well done. So they've done their job. They're going to head back home, go eat a little bit of chow, and be done with it for a little while. Down here we are macroed up a bunch of dogs for SONTHEEVES, Izzy. He does have exactly 12 dogs on the field here. Pulling up the production tab. And we are getting the metabolic boost out of SONTHEEVES. Not doing the same at the other end, though. Is not going to elect to go with... Oh, sorry, he's already got that upgrade. He is a step ahead of SONTHEEVES so far here today. Always has one move up, or the fact that SONTHEEVES has got the third hatch up and is getting that going with some drones. This Overlord here doesn't have any idea yet that that has been put up there. So hopefully he finds out pretty soon here. Otherwise, he is going to fall a little bit behind if he doesn't get over there. He is sending the queen after that Overlord. Really desperate to get that Overlord kill. Overlord kills early in the game are very devastating sometimes. SONTHEEVES moving across the map with a herd of Huskies. Here we go, going all the way across the map here. They have a little bit of a wall going with the dogs here. They do back off there as the queen has given up on chasing down that Overlord as it did get over top of the buildings. They make their way back here, all the way back home. Down at the other end here, he is electing to go to double Evo with a couple spine crawlers up there. Very well done by not SONTHEEVES, that's Podiac doing that, sorry. SONTHEEVES on the other end here does look like he is getting into layer technology. Down here is nothing special happening other than the fact he is mining like crazy. Overlord has finally detected at the third base. How Podiac reacts is going to be found out pretty quick here. He could elect to go and try and take out that third base, but more than likely he will just try and amass a bit of an army and do a timing here now that he knows that he has been behind by a little bit by the fact that there are a couple gas and some miners already on there. We are getting the spine crawler up in the mineral line here. SONTHEEVES is droning up here. Dogs are over there to protect in case he does go over to it, as he does know that is a chance he could elect to try and go kill that third off here right away. He is getting some banelings out there. Haven't got any upgrades on the go yet other than the range, so we're probably going to go with some Hydra, we would have to imagine. It would be a pretty good guess if you ask me. He also has the baneling nest sitting there. I don't know if he's going to go heavy in the banelings. He only has 4 so far, but at least he's going to have that option to cover off any mass amount of dogs or anything that's on the field. Their banelings will be a very good choice. We'll take a look back over here. And, of course, he does have the layer technology. From there, he is going to go into Muta, it does look like. So SONTHEEVES is electing to go with a Muta build. These two have become friends. Isn't that sweet? As they're sitting there visiting with each other with happy smiles on their face. Over here, we do have nothing on the minerals, so he is definitely going heavily on that gas here, as Muta is a very, very heavy gas build. Does have the couple Overlords there, of course. SONTHEEVES has sat over the building. Will regenerate that health in the meantime. If we take a look over here, he does have the roach worn up. Let's see if he has any layer technology. Does have the layer, obviously, but layer technology building is going to be infestation pit. Could be a very good combination here. This could have the infester build going on to a muta build. Is going to elect to choose this as his third here. Is going to get the third started up here. SONTHEEVES really has no idea that the third is going yet, but it doesn't really matter at this point in time because he is quite a bit ahead as far as the macro goes, getting all that extra gas there. Let's take a look here just to see if he does know. No, he does not see the third there. Does see the Overlord as he flies around here for a little bit of a trip. Down the other end here, SONTHEEVES has started to amass up a little bit of mutas. We have upgrades going like crazy here. Here's the roach upgrades. And he also is getting the infester upgrades, the ranged attack still going, the car pace is still going, and of course is getting the other hatchery down here. If we take a look at our units tab at this point in time, SONTHEEVES is sitting on 12 mutas, 3 queens, 12 dogs. Their drone count is pretty much identical. Does have 8 dogs, 3 roaches, 4 banelings, and 3 queens for Podiac. And we will go way up here. Now we are starting to get into the mineral mining here, so very well done. SONTHEEVES is riding quite a bit of gas, so he's doing quite well as far as that goes here. Take a look at the income tab here. He is actually behind on the income, but that was, of course, the whole reason to get the third was to get the gas. He is quite a bit up on the gas count for what he is mining here, so very well done by SONTHEEVES. We'll go back to our unit tab here and sit on this for a little bit. SONTHEEVES, I would imagine, is going to harass him a little bit as he does have the 17 mutas on the field. And yes, this is the time he is going to choose to move at least down to kill some overlords here, which is always a very good choice. Mutas can act like phoenixes when they're on the field. They're very quick and get around and do a lot of overlord kills, which is very, very handy. Could get it, and of course he just did, as I mentioned it. Or was about to mention it, did manage to get Podiac's supply block there. So Podiac is now supply blocked, so he is causing some troubles already with these mutas. Podiac obviously knows these mutas are coming. Spore claws are going down everywhere. Dogs are in the army here. He does have banelings, so he doesn't have a lot to go against the air, so this could be a lot of trouble here. Does look like SONTHEEVES should be able to clean up this third quite easily without any contention. Is trying to clean up all the banelings, which I believe he did. Yes, he did. Is now going to take out this here. There's not really a whole lot that Podiac could do to defend this. Will end up losing that third here. Is chasing around the roaches all over the base here, as mutas obviously 2 at a time aren't going to kill a lot of roaches up there, but they will eventually wear them down there and get rid of that ground army. There you go. He has finished that. Now we'll see how we get the reaction up here. We do have spore cars all over the place. Infestors are now on the field here finally. Does have the spore car there, which will go down very quickly. SONTHEEVES is going to elect to take down these as he does know they are upgrading. Maybe not. Is going to go after that infestor first. I assume he will back off of those spore cars and start taking out some production buildings. And we will soon find out if I am right. Yes, he was, of course, going to go for those. Queen's going to chase him out of the army. 3 more infestors on the field here. Might as well try and get an extractor kill. Can't get that off here. So is coming in and out here. Might end up getting that. Needs a couple more shots onto that Evo chamber. Is thinking about it, but sees the infestor. He's kind of elected not. Oh, does get the fungal put on him there. Is going to sit there and die off a little bit here. Is going to go after them there. We'll probably one-shot that on the way out here at the very, very least. Is going to take out another queen here, so be very annoying. These mutas definitely doing their jobs there. Does get the couple infestor kills there. Wowzer, he might end up cleaning them all up here. He's ignoring the spore cars. There's no point in engaging with them if he can get all these infestor kills. Very well done. Let's see if he can one-shot this on the way out. He only needs a couple. No, does not get it on there. Not that it made a difference as the upgrade was already done by both Evo chambers. Very well done by SONTHEEVES. Did a lot of good harassment there. Very proud of you, my young man. Down here at the other end, we do have the third about to be going back up here. And, of course, I'm assuming that the income is going to be a lot... oh, not even a lot more lopsided. I guess he really didn't have the third going. So, still very heavy on the gas is SONTHEEVES. And very little on the gas is, of course, Podiac, which he doesn't need to be. So both these guys are getting exactly what they need. With the infestors, you do not need a crap ton of gas by no means. Are going to back up to load up with a bunch of mutas here. Do not have any tech switch, it doesn't look like. Nope, he is definitely going to stick with it. Do believe he is ahead in this game as far as I'm concerned. Kill-wise anyways, as Podiac is pretty drone heavy here. And we'll take a look up here. Does have some more mutas here. Really going up to see if there is another third or another fourth. And, of course, he will fly directly towards it. Very well done as the Overlord was sitting over top of it. So go figure he knew where that was. I imagine we're going to see a cancel on this hatchery here. I would have to think so anyways. He is going to send up some roaches there just to view the destroying party. They did get a front row seat to that. And on here, we are getting a little bit of a transfer. Does now have the 4 infestors on the field here, so very well done there. 3 more on the go here. So both of them sticking to what they know best here. None of them doing a tech switch, so we'll stick to a Muta versus Infestor Roach build here. And we are now getting the 4th down for SONTHEEVES, so very well done over there. If we take a look here, he is finally getting the evil chambers, does finally realize he might want some upgrades on the ground. You can see what he's been doing on the air here. He is getting flying attack level 1, does not have anything as far as the car pace, does not have a second spire down, so he's not going to double upgrade here. Does scout out the rest of the expansions around there just to make sure. And of course he does expand right underneath that Overseer. Don't know if that is the most sneakiest thing in the world, especially when he knows Overlords are there and his infestors. Oh, I was going to say are out of position, but he is bringing them over there just in case SONTHEEVES does elect to come back and try and kill off that 4th. Down here, the 3rd is up and healthy. Very well done by Podiac. Does get a bunch of spore crawlers around the base. 3 of those should be enough to fend off any sort of harassment of anything that's not mass mutant. And I'm talking probably 25 plus. Then those spore crawlers would probably be enough to chase them off. Is almost finishing up the upgrade. Is electing to go with melee attack 1, car pace, and range as well. He is getting all the upgrades in the world here. So I imagine we're going to see a bit of a tech switch, possibly into some Hydras maybe. But who knows there. With the ranged attack, I would have to imagine we're going to see some Hydras, but we will soon find out. Oh, we are actually going to go with some Swarm Host. Very good choice here. So we're getting some very good tech switch, and I do like Swarm Host Muta is a fairly decent combination. This might be all right for him here. Is planting down some spine crawlers there. Does have the Muta still sitting up here, and SONTHEEVES is doing the exact same thing here. He is getting up his 5th now, so he's still running a base up with his exactly where he needs to be. Is running this Swarm Host all over the mineral line there. Does have the 3 Swarm Hosts. Has upgrades coming out of his yin yang here so far. Wowzer is getting all the upgrades for his Swarm Host. All the upgrades is in the 1. Not going to elect to go with any Infestor upgrades, which he doesn't need. Is going to kill off this 4th one more time here. Infestors are there. They might actually end up getting some kills with a bunch of fungals here, but he does elect to start getting out of there. We'll end up losing a couple mutas in the meantime there, but definitely not worth it so far. Really does need to kill this off to make it worth it here. Here we do have some infested Terran that were dropped down as well. Does dodge that one. Very good dodge by you, SONTHEEVES. Over here we do have the big drone transfer here. If we pull up our units tab here, 83 drones to 72. So definitely are fairly drone heavy here for Podiac. Does have a bunch of burrowed roaches over there, just making sure in case those Hydras get in there, they can't get any kills. Is almost getting his 5th finished up here. If we take a look over here at the evil chambers, they're finishing up their upgrades as well. Is not getting level 2, so he's not really sticking to this muta build at all, so we probably won't see a whole ton of mutas coming back out on the field here. I wouldn't have to imagine, as it does look like he's going to do a complete tech switch here. Probably going into Swarm Host, and we'll soon find out. Doesn't look like he's doing too much other than carrying a very high bankroll, so I imagine we're going to see a crap ton of units come out at once here pretty darn quick. These mutas are still going to stick over here. Over here, Podiac is quite content. Does have a very good infestor count. Is sitting at 11 infestors. Does have 34 roaches on the field. It's very well done there. But we do have 11 swarm hosts. So SONTHEEVES has amassed a pretty good amount of swarm hosts here so far. Does have, I imagine, all these are spine crawlers. Yes, they are all spine crawlers guarding up the front door. Both these guys are fairly macro heavy. Both of them own about half the map so far. They're going to have to select their engagements timely here. There we go. That sport crawler does chase him out here. Is getting a bunch more spine crawlers down here as he does realize there's probably going to be some ground units coming out here, as he does realize that he has not stuck to muta because he hasn't seen a bunch come in yet. He is going to move out across the map here. Is carrying a hefty load of 37 roaches going across the field here. This could be interesting. Now he realized the swarm hosts are on the field, so now Podiac does know exactly what he is up against here. I would imagine that overseers are going to start spitting out here pretty quick. Yes, he is going to back off of here, and we should start seeing some overseers get placed on the map here. There's the mutas. They're going to try and chase down everything they can here. Of course, they're not going to do a whole lot of good here. He does plant down the fungal growth, and the infested Terran there. They're going to blast away at the rest of those mutas there. These swarm hosts just have their guys just coming out. They're not doing a whole heck of a lot here. The locusts are just going to sit in the middle of the field, keep Podiac at the very back there. Wowzer has really got that infestor count up. 17 infestors on the field here to the 1 muta, but 19 swarm hosts. So the swarm host infestor, there we go. There's the 4 overseers, so did really get a lot of overseers on the field here. Podiac has maxed out his army. He is at 200 for army here. Here they're coming in here. Yeah, he does realize that those locusts are getting pretty darn close. He better get his arse out of there. It could be big, big trouble. Is getting up another one. There comes the 5th for Podiac here. At the other end there, we are 200 food to 141. There's the locust. They're planted in the middle of the field. These guys are going to slowly make their way across the map step by step. Up here, he is mining that very well here. Doesn't look like we're going to switch off to anything else. No, we are going to stick with the swarm host here. So it will definitely be swarm host versus infestor build here. Imagine these guys are going to uproot and try moving a little bit further ahead here pretty darn quick. Once he finds out exactly where his opponent is. There's the Overseer. Overseer really trying to get out there to try and find out exactly where he is burrowed. He is going to keep the army with him here, so he does believe this is time to move out. Does have the Banelings, so might go for one big push as the Banelings will blast through the Locust here pretty good. I would have to imagine that's the idea, to make one really good push here. Get the Banelings to take out a good mass of locusts there and then just push straight forward from there. But really hard to do when you have that many swarm hosts. 19 swarm hosts on the field so far here. Really controlling the middle of the map here. Pushing Podiac to the back here. Podiac with that massive infestor count is looking pretty darn good though, as he does have these 17 infestors with a very high infestor count and 35 roaches. So very, very ground heavy army here. And we'll take a look up here. We do have all these locusts. They're trying to get as far across as they can here. Still have not moved. Their swarmos are unburrowed. Might be caught out of position here. There we go. They got to get those launched off here. Here comes the locust here. This is big trouble. Caught out of position. Really did get stuck there. That's no good. All the locusts get down. He's going to try and back off. Get another good hatch out here if he can here. So did end up losing quite a bit. They're down to 15 swarm hosts there. I believe he ended up losing 4 of them there. That didn't work out so well. Is launching the infested Tyrann all over the place here. Does have a lot of roaches on the field here as well here doing their damage. Does have the one Muta being a pain. They're not really doing a whole heck of a lot. He's there more for looks. There we go. Disposable versus disposable. Those are two pieces of garbage attacking each other here. We do have the locust attacking the infested Tyrann there, so they're both going to go down there. And they slowly die off here. So he did get pushed back quite a bit here. We'll see whether or not Podiac can take advantage, but it does look like he is hightailing it out of there right now. He'll make his way all the way back to his base here, into his massive amount of creep. Both these guys very good at creep spread. Both of them were halfway across the map each pretty much, so very well done. Both riding a very high mineral count. Very smart. SONTHEEVES has gone into Ultra. This man has everything up his sleeves. Wow, tech switching like crazy. Still sticking to a roach infestor. Ultra will counter that massively, so this might not go so well. It is 2-2 on those Ultras as well, so very well done there. This could be pretty devastating here once he finds out that the Ultras are on the field here. He is going to run off here. He does see the swarm host. Is going up here. Take out the 5th of SONTHEEVES here. That'll go down quite fine here. Is going to chase him off here with these locusts here. So very well done there. I don't believe he has shown the Ultras yet. And no, he don't. I believe that there's no idea Podiac has that the Ultras are on the field here. So once he finds out, he is going to be in very, very big trouble, because that is a massive Ultra count of 12 Ultras. They're going to run into the army. Now this is big trouble for him. They'll chomp through these roaches like nothing. They can't get a full surround, but that's enough of it. Wow, they're going to go through these pretty quick here. All those roaches are going to melt away here. Infestors are running and hightailing. He does burrow them out of there. Does trick him there. Gets a few more shots up. Actually does handle it quite well. So very well done there. I do believe he does. No, does not have any Overseers. Podiac does. There's the Overseer there. They'll have him clean up on the rest of these burrowed up roaches here. We now have 9 Ultralists and 15 swarm hosts on the field here. Swarm hosts are maintaining the middle of the map here. Just kind of be more of a pain every time he tried to escape. Their infestors run off here. We'll see whether or not he decides to tech switch to counter onto these Ultralists here, which would be a very good idea. If we take a look over here, we'll see whether or not he has chosen to do so or not. And it doesn't look so. Just looks like upgrades like crazy. Oh, sorry, he did. He is going to counter Ultra and Ultra, so we will have some Ultra battles. Now, whether or not that's going to work out for him, as the upgrades might be a little bit behind, but I doubt it, because his ground upgrades were there. So here we go. He is going to move across with that amount of swarm holes combined with it. That could be the turning point. SONTHEEVES might have a bit of an advantage here. Let's take a look here. He does have the 5 armor, 6 armor there for them, with the one that they come with against the 2-2. So it is an upgrade advantage actually for Podiac here. But with those swarm hosts, we'll see whether or not they're going to be a game changer. SONTHEEVES losing the middle map. Ultra versus Ultra going at it there. This Ultra has the way cooler skin, obviously, as he was the level 90. That is quite a kick-ass skin, if you ask me. He is running off here. He's getting a lot of locusts in there. But, of course, the infestors are doing their job, dropping down infested Tyrann all over top of these swarm hosts. Swarm hosts uproot. They're trying to get out of there. Ultra counts out. Massive amount for Podiac. Podiac looks like he might be pushing ahead here. Might be able to finish this off here, as his Ultras are doing fairly good, but it is getting to a very close battle here. Does look like, yes, they are Bloodlords. That's what I figured. Are Morphin in the middle of the field. SONTHEEVES is getting into Bloodlords here. massive amount of tech switches for him. Very well done. Was exactly what you need to do every time that you are getting countered there. So very good game so far for SONTHEEVES, as well as Podiac, as he's looking like he was a bit ahead here, but whether or not he can counter off on these Bloodlords, we will soon find out. We are also getting Corruptors out for SONTHEEVES, so he is going right into a Corruptor Bloodlord battle here. There they are. They're dropping all over the infested Tran. So now Podiac does know that they are on the field here. If we take a look up here, he did manage to end up saving his 5th there. That could actually be his 6th by this point in time. Yes, it is. There we go. Bloodlords are going to retreat a bit. Massive bit of an army. There they are, all meeting in the middle there. Bloodlords move ahead. Do have the Swarm host massed up with them. Only 4 Ultras. Now up to, wow, holy, 16 Ultras. Just had a big Ultraless hatching party. Holy 16 Ultras now on the field for him with the 5 Infestors here. Bloodlords, of course, obviously a massive pain in the arse when you're fighting against Bloodlords with the Ultraless there. They're going to be in big trouble here. Locusts will get a good launch here. Bloodlords are going to do everything they can to try and clean up these Ultralists here. No, does not get an Overseer over, so all these Locusts are going to massacre all of these Ultralists. That isn't good at all here. Bloodlords are all doing their damage. Wow, tides have turned. The food count is dissipating for Podiac here. This isn't good at all. He's going to end up losing that base here. If we take a look over here, he's got the massive amount of Corruptors. He is preparing to counter it. Once he does realize that there is going to be a counter to his Bloodlords, he is going to be prepared. All these Ultralists up here at the other end of the map, I don't know. He is going to come back with the Bloodlords and try and clean those up here. The Swarm hosts at this end, they're going to take care of everything they can. Here's the Locust moving up. They're going to start moving up into the main. This isn't good. He's been pushed right back here. Festers have all been pushed back here. If we take a look, here's all the Ultralists here. Here's the Bloodlords. They have found him here. This is trouble now once they start launching into him there. He's not getting up there. That's very well walled off. All these guys with very low hit points. This is not good at all. Bloodlords are going to look to clean these up here. I would have to imagine we got to see something different come out of Podiac here, as he is going to lose every one of these last 4 Ultralists here. There's the Bloodlords. They're going to finish off their job. Very well done here. That should easily clean that up. He will get a kill of that hatchery, though, more than likely. Yes, he does manage to fend that off here. Does have the 14 Infestors on the field here. Up at the very top here, he has the Locusts doing their job at the other end of the map here. He's going to drop them down here. They should be able to clean up this map, these base fairly quickly. It does manage to run off the last 2 of his Ultralists here. Is riding a very, very high bankroll, but whether or not he's fallen so far behind, he can't come back. We're soon going to find that out here. Here they are. They've made their way into the base here. The Infestors are there. They're trying to do everything they can with the Fungals. There comes the Ultras there. They're going to get some vision here, hopefully. There they go. Would like to imagine we're going to see some vision over here as those Ultralists are going down. Actually, this isn't good. He will manage to clean up those last few Swarm hosts. Swarm hosts managed to end up making their retreat back here. Wow, look at the Bloodlords. This is big trouble now. We do have 12 Bloodlords on the field here with the 14 Swarm hosts, and still has 3 Ultralists on the field. We did go back into Roach. Don't think that was the best of maneuvers by no means. Have 17 Roaches with the 10 Infestors on the field. Not going to be the best move for him here, as those Bloodlords is just, the count is way high. Wow, this could be very big trouble for him. 17 Roaches and 10 Infestors I don't think is going to be enough here. He is trying to re-expand out here. There we go. We're getting a massive amount of more Bloodlords coming on the field. Does manage to burrow. Infested Tran end up getting in there. These Bloodlords are going to fire away here. He might end up getting a few kills here. We'll soon find out here. There they go. Infestors just run right in there. He's going to end up losing some Infestors to these Locusts and these Bloodlords here. Does clean that up. Here comes the rest of these Bloodlords. They're going to finish up here. That's going to put them up to about 16 or 17 Bloodlords at this time. That is a very massive amount here, especially when you only have 17 Roaches on the other side. 165 to 114 is the food count here. We do end up amassing up 18 Bloodlords, 14 Swarm hosts. This is looking like big trouble. This army has just got out of control. What if you could ever amass a bunch of Bloodlords like that, your opponent's always going to be in big trouble, especially if he hasn't got straight air on you. This is big trouble. There goes that hatchery there. It does have a bunch of turrets here. They're all going to slowly go down to this Bloodlord and Swarm host count is being pushed back here. All the drones are running back here, slowly being pushed out of here. He's going to slowly compact him into a little ball, looks like here. 14, I haven't seen much of an army count go up. He does have the money for it. Not too sure if he's given up at this point in time, but Podiac has not built any offensive units for a very long time here. So maybe he has officially given up, or he's trying to mass up a bunch more units. Let's see on the production tab. Just a few more Infestors. That's really not going to do the job here. So yeah, it does look like this could be GG coming up here. 167 to 114. And we are now amassing to get really close into the main here. Those Bloodlords are just going to go through everything. There goes the Roach Warren. That's going to stop any more Roaches from getting on the field here. Don't think those 13 Infestors are going to be enough here, as he is managing to clean up the natural here. Slowly but surely, as he does bring down the rest of the Swarm hosts here. The Swarm hosts are going to burrow there pretty much into the natural here. Does have this base here as well. He is trying to expand as well, so hasn't completely given up by no means, but I think that this is pretty much going to do her here. This army is just too much. Really hard to fend off when you're fighting against Broodlords and Swarm Hosts, the two high-impact disposable units going there. At least their spawning units are with the Broodlings. And the Locust does look like he is going to go down here, so it looks like SONTHEEVES should wrap this up here. 154 to 83. This should be cleanup time here. His opponent just electing to stay in it as long as he can, apparently. Here, does not want to give up. Iron Adder's throwing his hands in the air, yelled a few swear words, and went off to grab another beer. Does look like he will slowly clean this up here. In the meantime, I will leave you with the saying of the day here. I once heard a wise man say, when the cat barks and the dog meows, it's time to flip your pancakes. I definitely appreciate you guys watching here. Be sure to send your replays in the tractorchute at gmail.com. I will probably be doing 1 to 2 more casts for tonight, and then running possibly Team Game Friday, where I will cast the 2v2s and 4v4s. We'll see what happens here. We will watch the end of this massacre here, as it does look like he is going to stick in it right till the very end here. He is also losing the last base over there. The only thing he's really got left here that isn't being attacked is that hatchery right there. The rest of these units will clean all this up. There goes the Ultralisk Cabin. Spawning pools going down. Infestation pits going down. This should pretty much be it here. And yes, his opponent is just building all over the map. More being a nuisance more than anything at this point in time. I realize he does have an infestor account with a few roaches, but it's just really nothing he can do. All he's got is minerals. Could spit out a crap ton of huskies if he really wants here and get those dogs all over that map. We'll soon find out. There we go. Festers are going to try to do what they can. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Locusts are launching out here. This is probably going to be cleanup time here, as the rest of the army is slowly amassing down to 63 food. The Broodlords are making the army wall across that field here. This should pretty much clean it all up here. Will manage to clean up the Swarm Hosts, but it's not going to be enough here. Corruptors are going to massacre the Overseer there. Not very good. Does end up with the 7 infestors here and the 9 roaches with the 1 corruptor. So really slowly going to die here. I can't believe Buddy's going to stick around here, but it does look like he will stick around. Podiac is a man that does not want to die here. Has built hatcheries all over the places. He does have enough money to do as he wishes with $5,900. Don't know if he did the best at investing the entire game. He definitely had a very good game, just ended up running a high bankroll and really should have been tech switching a little bit more once he seen what he was up against. But yeah, I honestly thought he had it. It's just that Broodlord tech switch, I think, was the key in the game here. I do appreciate you guys all for watching. I've already closed the game out as I thought it was going to end. You guys be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.